In this video, I share with you my update on where I think ETH is going and compare it to my previous videos. I share something that you probably heard here first. I will share the absolute truth about the pound . I will share the absolute truth about the pound and the chance that we go to $1.05. For the moment, this is the lowest we have been since March. It is also the lowest we have been since 1985. Yes, you are looking at a new book. So instead of Where's Wally or Where's Waldo in some cases, where is Do Kwon? So there is a book coming out where you can go and have a look and try and find Do Kwon on the beach, in the Alps, and at the Olympics. And stick around after I talk about the pound, and I'll tell you where I think ETH is going and what is happening to ETH. Now, just looking here at TradingView, I don't tend to read all of these, but many of them have said to short down to $1.13, which we already hit anyway, and potential that we will go back up afterwards. Now, this is the weakest the pound has been for 37 years. Let me explain. So this is the weekly chart. I'm going to zoom out, take off the volume, and show you 1985. Now the chart is a little jiggity around here because this didn't exist. Bearing in mind the internet has only been around for a handful of years, not since 1985. So in 1985, 25th of February, we absolutely hit rock bottom. That was the $1.05 to the pound. And then a week later, 4th of March, another week later, 11th of March, we started to go back up. Now, this was obviously a couple of weeks at the bottom, and the sharp rise was 22%. Now, in Forex, in monetary terms, that is colossal. That is a monumental rise. But we didn't stop. We went from the bottom of the market way up to $1.88. Now, I don't think it's going to be like that this time around. There are recession noises looming in the background, but let me tell you where I think it may go. So back to the beginning of the chart. I'm going to pop it on the 4 hour, as I normally do. Now, we are waiting for a trend to break out, which essentially we already have. So what I teach my students is that we cross through as many candles as possible in a straight line, and you're waiting for a break in the trend, which happened here. Now, we've come down and respected that trend, but we are forming another one. We have come back down here. So this is a sharp fall, and generally when you find something that is this sharp, you do go back up. So let me show you this. So we've got a downward trend, a downward channel that we have broken out of, and we have bounced off as well. So I think there is noise there for the bulls of the market to go back up, but there is danger that the absolute rock bottom of the market was actually $1.05 right down here. So can the pound fall further? Yes, it can. It can fall another 8%. That is the absolute truth. Generally, when you find the bottom of the market, there'll be so many buy orders in around this price, so that when we do hit the bottom, we come bouncing back up, like 25th of February 1985, and then March the 11th, when we started going back up. So there is cause for us to go back down to $1.05 before we go back up. That is the absolute truth. Do I think that's going to happen? Every time you think something's not going to happen in the financial markets, it generally does. It does happen. So trade with caution. Now, anything around this price, around the $1.05 or the $1.14, is a fantastic price. If we do go down and your stop losses get hit, there's nothing stopping you getting in within this range. So basically anything inside that box as a buy order, in my humble opinion, is a fantastic price to take somewhere up to about $1.19, $1.23, certainly within that range. And now that is a huge margin, I know, but obviously we are, let's call this the 1985 box. It is a danger, it is a warning sign that the pound is weak. But anything around here as a buy order, you can make a ton of money. Now, if we measure this up to $1.19, That is a 4% increase. Generally in Forex, things can move 3 to 4%, and that's classed as a sharp rise. And if it does that, we will potentially come back down. So let me grab my trusty pen so we can go up. Like this short rise up to $1.19 before we start coming back down, and do something like that sort of pattern. Now, generally my experience does come from Forex, so I'm very confident in this kind of price action. Now, not affiliated at all, but if you are looking at doing something in Forex, I do recommend places like Go Markets or Infinox. They used to be the same company. They branched off, but the spreads are very cheap and the trades are actually really trustworthy. So Infinox or Go Markets. Oh, over to Ethereum. If you remember in the last video, I did say if we break this support line going through here, we would see $1,250. Now, over the weekend, we came down to 1,290, just dip below, and we've started to go back up, but you can actually see we are still in this downtrend. And typically a downtrend needs to be broken before we go back up. So there is still a high chance, as you see we're wavering down, we hit resistance. There is still a chance we carry on going down to $1,000. Just extend that line. So unless we break this trend line right here, we're going to continue going down until we hit another support. Now, the reason why I have these drawn in is because this is where we hit support previously, although we went below and actually down to $893, which is pretty scary. We bounced off these two support and resistance areas until we broke this trend. So we go support, resistance, support, and then we break. That's where we break it there. So there's a good chance that we do come inside this support and resistance line again and bounce off until Ethereum does something magic before we go back up. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.